There's an incredible mice. A friend of mine told me when he was living way back in the outer Stadt of Lakewood, back before the Yidden had totally taken over. And there was right in the beginning of the days of Lakewood, there was a Avrich named Moshe. And Moshe had a great relationship with his friend, his neighbor, Chris. And the kids would play together. And one Sunday afternoon, after Moshe came back from steiging in Kohl, Chris comes and meets him. He says, Moshe, we got problems. What could happen? Your kids came by today to play. And I brought the tree. Because it's the holiday season. And Moshe's very scared. And then what? He's thinking, who knows what would happen? Because they didn't stop asking questions. What do you mean? Because they asked me how tall it has to be. They asked me, does it have to be by the window? Does it have to be the fireplace? Does it have to be straight? How many stars does it have to be straight? How many bells have to be on it? He said, what's their problem? It's just a tree, for God's sakes. What are you going after? People make a lot of big things about religion. A lot of religion has been commercialized. In fact, when I was a bacher, I remember I used to learn bacher in Or Sameach in the afternoon during Bana Starman. I enjoyed going to some of the shirim, and I remember there was a New Yorker magazine, which I'm sure you could Google and find it, that found the makor, the source of the Halik of Santa Claus, right, is not just from Jerusalem Yarmulke, where they make him into a Hasidic guy, right, but the red and white of Santa Claus was created by Coca-Cola, right? Find that out. Because there's really no makars for it. Ask them, they don't even know themselves. I have Sil's dreidel here. I want to tell you that even in a game, there's Kedusha. There's a famous mice of the Belzer Rebbe after he escaped miraculously from Europe. And he escaped from Europe and he left on Simchas Torah. Because the Nazis, Machshma Zichram, they went after the leaders first. And the Derech Nes, he had to shave. There's a book all about it. When the Belzer Rebbe got to Tel Aviv, he was broken and it was in Chanukah. And one of his Hasidim came to him and he wanted to be Sameach him. He brought him a dreidel. Because the Hasidim, they know there's deep ideas in dreidel. And he looked at the dreidel and it said, Nun, Gimel, hey. There was no shin. There was a pei. He's like, what happened? This isn't a dreidel. It says Neis Gadol Hayah. What's the pei? The pei is po, because it happened here in Israel, right? He said, first of all, it was Sham. The Belzer Rebbe was in Tel Aviv. Po is here. It didn't happen in Tel Aviv. It happened in Sham, and it happened over there by Makom Migdash. So exactly, Nafkamina. Maybe you only have to use the pei, and if you hold, you go to the Temple Mount. I don't know if it's going to get complicated. We don't want to get political on the base website, but it's a dreidel, for God's sakes. What in the world's going on? So Belzer Rebbe explained. The Bnei Yissaschar, the Gedolei Chasidim, explained that when it says Neis Gadol Hayasham, Nun Gimel Hey Shin, it's Gematria 358, and there's reasons for that. Because why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu put us in Galus? What do we do wrong? Why do we have to suffer? Why do we have to endure? What's the plan? And Bnei Yissaschar explains a beautiful idea that when we went down to Mitzrayim, there was a reason. There was a Nachash that put a tumah into Chava, and that tumah is inside of us, and it had to be purified. And therefore, Avram had to have a Yishmael, Yitzchak had to have an Esav, and Yaakov, even though we have Mitas Shlema, he had to go to the Kur Barzal to purify ourselves. But even after all that, Hashem was Chishiv as a Kates. And we all know the famous Gematria Kates is 190. Hashem took us out 190 years early, because had we been in Mitzrayim 210 years, a second more, if that chipazon, we would have been lost. We would have been into that 50th level of Tumah. But the idea the Mekubalim say is that we're still, all the goals that we're still in, is we're making up those 190 years. Imagine that. But what's the plan? What's it all about? The Yissaschar says, it's the Nachash, it's the symbol of Tumah. What's the Gematria of Nachash?
358.
How about that? 358. Wow. Now it said Yehuda Yaakov, sent to Yehuda, Laharas Lafanov, Goshna, right, in the parshas that we're dealing with. What's Goshna? Hey, that's Gematria 358. Why? Because there's Mashiach Medad, Shemach Yosef, and the seeds are being planted in Goshna, which is 358, and it's going to bring out Mashiach, which of course is Gematria 358, which brings us to a dreidel with Nun Gimel Heshin, which is Gematria 358, and we're going to eventually come to that level where Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, figure this one out, is Gematria 358. It's all not just a game. Even a dreidel that we spin, that the Sefer Menhagim say that when the Greeks would come and it was also to learn Torah, and they'd come out and play dreidel. The idea was, it's a game. The dreidel spins, but it all falls. The Nun, which was Bavel, that was after a Nefesh, they fell. Right? The Gimel, which was Paras, that was Haman, was after our Guf, they also fell. The Shin, which was Seichel, which is Yavin, they were after our minds, and they fell. And Hey, which is Hakol, is Edom. It's also going to fall, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the point, the Tachlis is Chai Yisrael. The point is, we're going to, through Chanukah, we realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Chasof Zera Kodshecha, right? V'karuketz Yeshua. So we say it's a chag of the Rabbanon, but it's a chag that it's a hoidah, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is still with us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us in Galus. We're most in efforts for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He makes us nisim v'niflos. Right now we're in a very difficult tekufa in Eretz Yisrael. Yidden are in a difficult tekufa to realize that everything we have in Yiddishkeit has a point. I just heard a beautiful pshat, and I'll end with this. And it blew me away. There's a different pshat, and we say in Ritzei v'hachlitzenu on Shabbos. And I heard a beautiful pshat that v'hachlitzenu is the lashon of chalitza. And it's brought down, if you look in the Inyan of Chalitza with Yehuda and Tamar, this week's parsha, look in the Malbim and the Ramban, and they say Hachlitzenu. If you look in the article, it's Chalutzi Tzava, strengthen ourselves, because Shabbos we have to strengthen. They say, Rav Chaim Vital, it's brought in this farm, Rav Chaim Vital, B'Shem the Arizal, that it's a lashon of Chalitza, because on Shabbos we release ourselves from our guf, just like Chalitza, the remez of the shoe being taken off, that the guf, that it's a release. At Shabbos, we're releasing ourselves from Olam Hazeh, and we connect to Olam Haba. It's what it's all about. Kadosh Baruch Hu, we have that connection. And Chanukah was the Raya. And even the smallest games of dreidel have incredible ideas. Mitzvah Hashem, we shouldn't belittle it. The Chasam Sofer and Gedolei Rabbanim and Admorim. Of course, it wasn't gambling. They had definite halakha ideas, but they had dreidel and they had Chanukah gelt, and there's really deep makaras for everything. And there's even many Hasidim, and I forgot, but I was told by Big Talmid Chacham, there's groups of Hasidim that wear shoes that are doma to the Chalitza shoe on Shabbos because of this V'hachlitzenu. Everything in Yiddishkeit has a minhag. We have such a Masorah. And Ashreinu B'Tov Chalkeinu, and everyone should have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful Chanukah. Until next time. Thank you.